Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're exploring something that honestly totally surprised me. In our hyper-tech obsessed world, we are looking at a radical, completely anti-modern personal finance tool called Granny Mae's Ledger. When I first read about this, I really couldn't believe it. I mean, in an era where literally every app wants to automatically sync to your bank and use AI to tell you what to do, this platform goes entirely against the grain. It asks you to do something incredibly simple, but as you'll see, incredibly powerful. Pick up a digital pen and just write it down yourself.
Okay, let's dive right into this. The whole ethos of this tool can really be summed up by this one brilliant little quote. If you don't tell your money where to go, it'll decide for itself. And that right there is Granny Mae's core philosophy. Good money management doesn't require a constantly pinging AI assistant or some overly complex algorithm. It requires active, old-school discipline. It's about bringing back that fundamental, everyday awareness of your finances that so many of us have just kind of lost somewhere between the invention of the credit card and the smartphone.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the modern budgeting problem, then look at Granny Mae's philosophy, the free tools for real control, the decision journal difference, going deeper with premium, and finally, getting started properly.
All right, Section 1, the modern budgeting problem and its hidden costs.
You know, if you open any app store right now, you are going to see dozens of slick budget trackers. They all want to link to your bank, categorize your spending on autopilot, the whole shebang. But this convenience, it comes with three massive hidden costs. First up is trust. Handing over your bank login puts your complete financial history at risk of data breaches. Second, and I think this is the absolute most crucial one, disengagement. When an app tracks everything passively, you stop actually looking. You lose the psychological awareness of your own spending. And third, the subscription treadmill. I mean, think about the deep irony of paying an unending monthly fee, actually it's more like a never-ending tax, for an app whose entire purpose is to help you save money. It's wild.
So, the crucial point we need to understand is this stark contrast. Modern apps rely heavily on bank links, AI nudges, and recurring subscriptions. Granny Mae's Ledger operates in the exact opposite direction. We're talking manual entry, absolutely zero AI, and, for its advanced tier, a single one-time fee. The lack of bank syncing isn't some missing feature waiting to be built. It's a deliberate, highly intentional design choice. The actual friction of typing in a transaction is exactly what forces you to actively engage with your money.
Moving into Section 2, meet Granny Mae's philosophy. Some real old-school wisdom.
Meet Granny Mae. Now, what I found so fascinating here is that Granny Mae is not a chatbot. She isn't some quirky AI mascot popping up to give you unsolicited advice. She represents the voice of grounded, old-school financial wisdom. Peppered throughout the app are over 200 pieces of quiet, wry wisdom. They're just simple, jargon-free sentences sitting quietly in the sidebar. They remind you that good management really just comes down to writing it down, planning ahead, and, well, not spending what you haven't saved. It's just you and your numbers.
Section 3 already, free tools for real control, providing a complete toolkit.
Now, I really want to emphasize this. The free tier here is not some crippled trial meant to frustrate you into paying. It is a permanently free, incredibly comprehensive toolkit. When you log in, you're greeted by a brilliantly straightforward dashboard. The monthly overview gives you a really clear look at your total income, your expenses, cash flow, and your actual savings rate as a clear percentage. It comes with sensible default categories that are entirely editable to fit your life. You set a budget, and as you manually log transactions, a simple progress bar fills up. Overspend and it turns red. Stay under and it calmly tells you what's left. Plus, the free tier even allows you to actively track up to 2 specific savings goals simultaneously, keeping you perfectly focused without feeling overwhelmed.
Okay, so this next concept is probably one of the most underrated features in all of personal finance, sinking funds. A sinking fund is simply money you set aside every single month for a predictable but non-monthly expense. Think annual car insurance or holiday shopping. By putting aside just a tiny amount monthly, the cash is just sitting there waiting when that big bill finally arrives, rather than blowing a massive hole in your monthly budget. The free tier gives you one active sinking fund, which is a fantastic place to start, while premium unlocks 20 of them.
That brings us to Section 4, the decision journal difference. This is a highly unique feature.
This feature is what truly sets the platform apart from everything else out there. Think about the question, where did my money go? I mean, that's the only question modern budgeting apps care about answering, right? They love showing you pie charts of last month's past mistakes. But if you really think about it, looking backward at where your money went is actually the wrong question to be asking if you genuinely want to change your behavior. But here's the real paradigm shift. The decision journal forces you to answer a much better question.
which of my financial decisions actually worked out? This isn't about meticulously tracking a $3 cup of coffee. It's about tracking the actual big-picture choices you make to build genuine self-awareness over time.
Here's how this brilliant journal actually works in practice. Step 1. You log a meaningful financial decision, like deciding not to finance a new car or finally canceling that gym subscription, and you write down your reasoning. Step 2. You set an expected financial outcome. Step 3. You set a date in the future to check back in. When that date arrives, the app simply asks if that decision actually improved your finances. Over time, this manual process builds a rich, personal history that a standard bank statement never ever could. And if you do upgrade to Premium, it even curates this data to show your best decision, your biggest regret, and generates this awesome automated life wins timeline.
All right, Section 5, going deeper with Premium and its advanced tools.
Now, for those of you who really want professional-grade, statistical insights into your financial future, let's explore the Premium tier. The whole philosophy of this upgrade is stated perfectly right here. Own it, don't rent it. It is a single, one-time purchase, no unending subscriptions draining your wallet. And again, there is no AI here. The app provides tools, never advice. Every single number you see is generated by jurisdiction-agnostic, pre-tax deterministic math based entirely on the assumptions you type in yourself. It is essentially a suite of highly advanced calculators that actually respects your intelligence.
To give you a sense of what we mean by advanced, let's look at the Monte Carlo simulation. The Premium Advanced Forecasting and Retirement Planning tools don't just lazily assume a flat, unrealistic 7% return every single year. Instead, they use a Monte Carlo simulation. This means the app runs the underlying math 500 separate times, introducing randomly varying market returns each time based on your specific risk profile. So instead of a false, perfectly precise guess, it gives you a realistic range of future outcomes and a genuine success rate percentage for your golden years. It's pure statistical sampling, standard in professional financial planning.
The Premium Debt Optimization tool is such a brilliant illustration of this power. It models different payoff strategies side by side. You can visually compare the avalanche method, paying the highest interest rate first, against the snowball method, which tackles the smallest balance first. You get to see the real difference in total interest paid, in actual pounds and tenths. It even lets you see exactly how many months you'd save if you just threw an extra $50 a month at your debt.
Wrapping up the Premium tier, it rounds out with some incredibly powerful features. You get investment modeling to see if rebalancing your portfolio is actually worth the effort. You get a CSV import tool if you want to bring in your history from an old spreadsheet. But for me, the absolute standout is the time to freedom metric. Sitting quietly on top of your net worth tracker, it looks at your real average savings rate and projects exactly how many months or years it will take you to reach your next big net worth milestone.
Finally, Section 6, getting started properly. It's all about building manual habits.
Look, all this advanced forecasting stuff can definitely feel a bit overwhelming if you don't have the basics down first. So the source text gives a very specific, tactical 5-step guide in Chapter 9 for how to apply this philosophy immediately. 1. Check and edit your categories so they actually fit your real life. 2. Log a handful of real, recent transactions, no hypotheticals. 3. Set just one budget on a category you suspect you overspend on. 4. Set one small savings goal just to watch the mechanism work. And 5. Log your very next financial decision in the journal. Build these manual habits first, and all the advanced features will naturally make sense later.
As Granny Mae so wisely puts it, small habits make rich futures. And honestly, that is the absolute core takeaway of this entire explainer. This tool isn't about finding a smarter, more automated way to avoid thinking about your money. It's a structured, honest, and frankly far better way to actually sit down and think about it. By doing the work yourself, you regain total control.
So, I want to leave you with one final, provocative thought to chew on today. Are you really managing your money right now? Or are you just passively watching a machine do it for you? Maybe it's time to ditch the autopilot, pick up a digital pen, and actually keep your own ledger. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparks a brand new way of looking at your finances.